What is up, full-time family? Just stopping through for a quick daily MMA live chat. We're going to talk a little bit about Brock Lesnar coming back to WWE. Conor McGregor and Frankie Edgar. They've, Frankie Edgar's managers continue to go back and forth with Conor McGregor. Mark Diakese, Sage Northcutt. I mean, a lot of different things. But before that, of course, let's get the chat going and the intro rolling. Back to the daily grinding. Y'all know we gotta talk about this, but before we do, make sure you hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back bagel biting B word, because you know what time it is. It's full time MMA. Alright, so now that that's over with, chat should be popping up. Boom, full-time family group chat is active. What is up, full-time family? Now, alright, so this might go on 30 minutes, an hour, who knows, you know what I'm saying? This is just the second one, still getting used to these. But with that being said, I guess we'll talk first about Brock Lesnar coming back to the UFC. I mean, is he going to fight Jon Jones? What do you guys think about Stipe Miocic versus Brock Lesnar? Why is that fight not more talked about? You know what I'm saying? Stipe Miocic has proven himself as arguably the greatest heavyweight of all time. Brock Lesnar, everybody's always down to see that fight. I wonder if Stipe Miocic wants the Brock Lesnar fight. He's talked about possibly fighting like a professional boxer. What about Stipe going over and fighting Anthony Joshua? They've been talking about that for some time, actually. What up, Senko187? What is up, player? What up, OG? Not too much, man. Just, you know what I'm saying? Stopping through, talk a little bit of MMA with the full-time family, you know what I'm saying? After this, I don't know. I think I got a couple things I got to do in a little bit. But, I mean, we got about an hour, maybe 30 minutes. Just going to talk about a couple of things that have happened in the last 24, 48 hours in the MMA world. Like Brock, you know who Paul Heyman is? He's one of them little WWE managers, because that's what a lot of these fighters need. They ain't the best trash talkers, so you get a little manager, talk that trash for you. And I think, hey, that's kind of like what Ali Abdelaziz is doing in the MMA world. He's coming out and going back and forth with Conor McGregor on Frankie's behalf, or he'll come out and talk trash for Khabib, go back and forth with Tony Ferguson. Like, nah, I got your back. Y'all ain't trash talkers. Let me do it for you. Ali Abdelaziz would come out and spit that fire. That's what Paul Heyman was doing. He was like, do you think Brock Lesnar wouldn't go back to the UFC or WWE? He took on The Undertaker. He took on the Braun Strowman. Come on. Like, get the fuck out of here, dog. But, hey, I got to admit, though, Jon Jones' managers came out and said he might be back in the UFC before 2018 is over. And if that does happen, everybody, right after Jon Jones beat Daniel Cormier or knocked him out, everybody wanted to see Brock Lesnar versus Jon Jones. But it didn't happen. We all know why. But if Jon Jones does get cleared and come back, Jon Jones versus Brock Lesnar, hey, that's the fight to make. Unless Daniel Cormier, what if Daniel Cormier beats Stipe, bro? I mean, then is it time for the Daniel Cormier, Jon Jones trilogy? 1 second. Shh. I'm telling you, I need a recording. Like, I'm going to get one in the future. Right outside this door, man. It's like, as soon as I start live streaming, that's when it's playtime in the laundry room. But it is what it is. But Brock Lesnar versus Jon Jones, man. I got a feeling. I don't know why. I just have a feeling like Jon Jones would get crushed like a Coors can. You know what I'm saying? And Bud Light. You know what I'm saying? But he just seems too small, even though his mixed martial arts skills seem to, make you believe differently. But, I mean, Daniel Cormier versus Brock Lesnar. They both will probably be wrestling, though. That's a fight that I think would happen if Daniel Cormier was able to beat Stipe Miocic, because I don't give a fuck what nobody says, bro. If Daniel Cormier is able to beat Stipe Miocic, how is he not the greatest fighter of all time? Oh, I know how, because my nieces won't go upstairs, please. Bye. Got on one of them damn Burger King hats. But, I mean, Daniel Cormier, how would he not be the greatest fighter of all time if he beats Stipe Miocic, who's the greatest heavyweight of all time? You know what I'm saying? That's just almost unheard of. Like, he was undefeated at heavyweight. He beat the likes of Frank Mir, Andrei Arlovski, and others. I believe he even fought Roy Nelson at heavyweight and beat him, Daniel Cormier. But then he moves down to light heavyweight, beats Alexander Gustafsson, Rumble Johnson twice, Volkan Ozdemir. Only person he ever loses to is Jon Jones, who was proven to be dirty in the fight. So Daniel Cormier, I mean, that's just insane if he were able to actually beat Stipe Miocic. I mean, I don't know if he would still turn into a huge draw. Do you think if Daniel Cormier beats, Stipe Miocic, he turns into a huge draw? Because it seems like Daniel Cormier is only really selling pay-per-views when he has the heated rivalry with John Jones. Is Daniel Cormier always going to need like that villain, that John Jones to sell pay-per-views, or just off of pure skill and recognition will he start selling pay-per-views if he were to become the champ? I don't know. That's interesting, but he's got a tough task. He would have to beat Stipe Miocic first. If Stipe beats DC, I mean, he was already considered the greatest heavyweight of all time. I think that just bolsters that. But what about Stipe versus Brock Lesnar, man? Who would win in Stipe versus Brock Lesnar? That's the real question. I mean, Stipe's got the wrestling. I think everyone would probably just pick Stipe, right? The actual best heavyweight. He's got the size and the skill to beat Brock Lesnar. I don't think Brock Lesnar's like, what, 40 years old? He don't want no fucking parts of Stipe. But what about fucking USADA, bro? We got to talk about USADA. Are we getting USADA the fuck out of here, or are we keeping it? Because honestly, you know what I'm saying? If it's up to me, USADA, you gotta go. You know what I mean? No, because it seems like, I mean, it's starting to be a common consensus. A lot of people think that USADA isn't fail-proof. What up, Eagle? He said, what up, full-time? What up, Sonny? Stipe for sure. Yeah, he for sure beats Brock Lesnar, right? That's what I'm thinking. But that's why you got to like put Brock Lesnar versus like these light heavyweights. What about Brock Lesnar versus Daniel Cormier? Who you got out of that, Senko? I mean, that's a little tougher. I mean, and what if Daniel Cormier was going into that fight as the champ? 24/7 Fader says steroids for everybody. I don't even want steroids for everybody. I'm just saying, like, solid testing, like Bellator. It's you ain't, and people in Bellator are not just walking around like fucking old pride risen, TRT Tora Uberim. That's not what's going on in Bellator. How about just solid testing, but not where are you at for 24 hours? Where are you at tomorrow? Where are you at 5 a.m.? Sorry, knock, knock, knock. 3 a.m. Knock, knock, knock. These motherfuckers are already training harder than half of these others. Probably all of these other sports. You just got through wrestling practice. You know what I'm saying? Tired as fuck, slammed around, and then 2 in the morning, you just got sleep. Here comes motherfucking USADA to test you. You know what I'm saying? You ain't cheating. And then there's some other people that might be like John Jones, who's got caught twice, but he still might be getting a pass, if he comes back sooner rather than later. So if USADA's not 100% working, if you've got these mistakes happening with the top guys, what's the point? Just have decent testing. You know what I'm saying? And it also kind of violates the guidelines of, being an employee versus an independent contractor. With USADA, you literally have to let them know your whereabouts for the next 3 weeks in advance. That's why Nick Diaz had a whereabouts failure 3 times where USADA can't find you, and they treat you like you pop dirty. Nobody thinks Nick Diaz is on fucking steroids, but he's got a USADA violation. Like, what the fuck? So, I mean, I just don't, it's not perfect. It's not perfect. So, why pay for all of that and have it around if not only is it not perfect, it's taking away some of your biggest stars? Like, I just don't. When is USADA's contract up? That's all I'm asking. 24/7 Fader, what up, big dog? Eagle said, I think Brock would out wrestle DC. Yeah, right, because it's not like DC, is going to knock out Brock Lesnar or give him that shot to the liver to shut him down. You know what I'm saying? Like a big heavyweight striker might. Yeah, Brock would probably out wrestle DC, right? It would probably look like some, gay porn though, right? Like with clothes on, like just straight WrestleFest, bro. That might need to happen in the WWE. Yeah, Brock Lesnar versus Daniel Cormier, even if he's the champ, just doesn't seem like a super entertaining fight. Interesting. MMA vlogger Real Talk Forum said, "Free John Jones." Hey man, I can't wait to see what actually happens. I mean, I know the polygraph test doesn't really mean anything. I know, but. And I know his manager saying that he thinks he'll be back by 2018 doesn't mean anything, and I know Joe Rogan saying it might have been Chinese steroid cocaine, creatine cocaine, laced with, but I want to see if he, if he does get cleared. I know none of that means anything, but either way. What do you guys think about this Conor McGregor, Frankie Edgar shenanigans? You know what I'm saying? Going back and forth. Do you guys think Conor McGregor legitimately was willing, hey, short notice, I'm going back down to featherweight of all places, of all fights. I'm fighting Frankie short notice. Oh, sorry, Conor, we just can't get the money together that quick. For one, Conor's, in my mind, would be smarter than that. Like, you know how big your fights are. Why would you want to take a short notice fight? You can't even properly sell it. I mean, unless it's just like your pride thing, which is what it seemed like. He said, I just wanted to rightfully clear out the featherweight division. If I take out Frankie, I've took out all other featherweights. So I just wanted to get that off real quick. You know, it wasn't even about the money real fast. But with Conor, it's like it's always about the money. You know what I'm saying? It seems like he's the fucking champ, but maybe he's made so much money, he just wants to shut the people. Well, I don't think Conor really wants to shut people up. See, if Conor wanted to shut the people up that said he never cleared out the featherweight division, you would think he really wanted to shut up the people that said he never defended a title. There's a lot more of those people. So, you know, why would you fight Frankie short notice and not fight Tony Ferguson or Khabib with the full camp? You know, so that back and forth is interesting. Or could Ali Abdelaziz, Frankie Edgar's manager, just be a super smart motherfucker and realize all of this going back and forth is kind of bringing attention to Frankie Edgar's fight coming up at UFC 222? Even though Frankie Edgar's not fighting McGregor, we're getting Frankie Edgar, Conor McGregor headlines in the media right before Frankie Edgar's fight. This seems pretty smart to me. I wouldn't put it past him. But then Conor McGregor kind of started it, so that would be a whole nother ordeal. Conor McGregor came out and said, "Hey, I was about to fight him on short notice," and the manager responded, and he said, "No, that's a lie, motherfucker." But of course, if you're the manager, if Conor took that first shot, I would keep it up too. Hey, hold on, I got a fight coming, Conor. You fucked up. You shouldn't have said nothing because now I'm throwing rocks, dog. You threw a rock from the throne. You're lying. Dude, we'll fight you afterward. Dude, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep up the Conor headlines for my dog Frankie if Conor threw the first shot. So Conor, he put out that post. Eagle said, nah, they're trying to stay relevant. Yeah, and that's another thing. Conor McGregor, he's low-key, you know, he could be even as much as that. It could be Conor trying to stay relevant because, like I said, he threw the first shot. He knows UFC 222 is coming up. He knows if he says something, UFC 222 is going to be dominated by Conor McGregor headlines. He's going to be the headline of UFC 222 without fighting. And then he knows he's going to be the headline of UFC 223 because fucking it's for his title. Frankie Edgar and Khabib are fighting for his title. So maybe Conor's really the one that's, you know, masterminding it all. Like, hey, if I say I was about to fight Frankie, it's going to cause a whole, hey, they're all going to be mad and they're all going to be talking. But guess what? I'm going to be sitting back. I'm probably about to go to a fashion show next week while UFC 220. I'm going to be at a fashion show during UFC 222 and they're going to be talking about me. You know, fucking really, who got the last laugh? Because he is staying relevant just by talking about Frankie. But the Eagle said he refused to fight Tony, who's claiming his belt, but wants to fight Frankie. Makes no sense. Yeah, it doesn't make much sense. But the sense he tried to make out of it was, you know, I want to rightfully clear out that featherweight division. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's probably more trying to stay relevant. Tony Bone said, what's cracking, dog? Conor will be in that arena, definitely. Team Artem. Oh, yeah, UFC 223, Conor is in the building. And in Brooklyn. Notorious Biggie Brooklyn. Are you fucking crazy? You think Conor, oh shit, super chat. I ain't never seen that. That was the first time. I didn't even know if that joint was going to work. He got the super chat donation up finally. Much appreciated, Tommy Bones. Hey, I thought I had it set up to where if someone used it, like it's supposed to come up and play a song and a motherfucking animation, but it didn't work. So I got to get all of that figured out. But much appreciated, good sir. But yo, Biggie Brooklyn, Artem Lobov's on the card. They're fighting for Conor's belt. There it is. Hey. All right, there's the animation, but I didn't see oh, there it is. Hey, it just got a little delay. Much appreciated, good sir, good sir. And we were just talking about Conor. Motherfucking Biggie Brooklyn, though. That's what I'm saying. How do you think Conor's not going to be scaling that cage? How many this is the question. How many referees are getting pushed? How quick, when is Conor going to scale the cage? Forget the referees being pushed. This is the better question. When is Conor McGregor scaling the cage? Is it going to be during the Artem Lobov fight, or is it going to be during the Tony Ferguson-Khabib fight? And even if he doesn't scale the cage, he's going to hit that joint up Mike Perry style. I'm next, shaking the cage at Khabib. I just see Khabib, like, while Conor shaking the cage, Khabib flinching at Conor, falling back. Hey, that would be hilarious. But, yo, I think that should be a prop bet. When is Conor McGregor's shenanigans coming? During the Artem Lobov fight, or is he going to save it for the Tony Ferguson-Khabib fight? Or is he gonna fuck around and do some crazy shit during both? All I know is Conor's gonna be in the building in Brooklyn, UFC 223. Hey, it is what it is. What's good? Bada bing, bada boom. He said, "What up, full time fam?" Senko said, "I think Tony will beat Conor." Hey, a lot of people think Tony or Khabib will, but we will never know. But the thing, I think, but Senko, I think Conor has a better chance against Tony than Khabib, though, right? You know what I'm saying? Khabib's grappling versus Conor McGregor, who used to fight at lightweight. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So you think Tony will beat Conor, then I'm sure you think Khabib will too. But Conor, my thing is with Conor versus Tony, we've seen Conor get, or we've seen Tony, people talk about how we've seen Khabib get clipped up when he runs in, to grapple. How he, when he ran in with his hands down versus Edson or Michael Johnson, how he clipped him once. But we've seen Tony Ferguson like in a lot more danger than we've seen Khabib. You know what I'm saying? As far as just as far as we seen him rocked on skates. Yeah, we saw Khabib get punched and hit one time versus Michael Johnson. Like, oh shit! But it wasn't what we've seen Tony Ferguson go through. So I just think Tony Ferguson has at least I think Khabib's got a better chance. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit! Tommy Bones said, I guess I should wait until after that. I live right over the arena. I'll catch him parking. Oh, shit, that's dope. I need a motherfucking Snapchat, dog. No, I'm just fucking around. But, yeah, man, I hear you, Senko, man. But I would like to see Conor. We're doing a lot of talk about Conor and Khabib and Conor and Tony and Conor and Edgar. But the reality is we're only going to be seeing Conor and Diaz 3 and maybe Conor and Mayweather 2. But all of those MMA fights for Conor would be dope. I just think we're kind of past that. But it's still good to talk about him and fun to talk about him. 24/7 faded. Yes, sir. I see, man. Much appreciated. Bada bing, bada boom. He's spec. Yes, much appreciated. The Eagle, he won't run up on Tony or Khabib. You don't think he'll run up to the cage? You know the cage is there. There's security. Not for the show, for the commercial. He might owe the UFC one. Motherfucker, you gave Bellator all that promotion when you scaled the cage. Are you fucking crazy? Now we need you shaking the cage like Mike Perry, UFC 223, talking about, that's my belt. Oh, the belts. We need Conor going crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, UFC 223, Conor's going crazy. I don't know when. That's the question. Is it during the Artem fight, whenever Artem fights Bruce Leroy, or Khabib Tony when they're taking his belt? Because we know Conor might be getting stripped. What if, they're supposed to be stripping Conor like a week before the fight? What if he shows up with both belts on his shoulder cage side? That's what he's got to do. That's what Conor got to do. Yeah, they just stripped me. They're fighting for my belt, but sit front row with both of your belts, bro. The one, because his featherweight and lightweight belt. Yeah, they technically got stripped, but he still got them at home. Show up the cage side with both your belts on your shoulders while they're fighting for your belt. That's the play. That's the fucking play. Bada bing, bada boom said it would be savagery of epic proportions if the winner of Khabib completely ignores McGregor and calls out a rightful lightweight contender. It would be savagery, and I think Khabib would do that. Who would? But we've got to have a clear-cut number one contender for him to call out. Because if that's the case for sure, who's the clear-cut number one contender? There might not be one. It would have been Edson before the Khabib fight. Kevin Lee and Edson might be fighting. Who's like the number 3? I can look that up. Let me see who's like the lightweight. Because that I completely agree. Bada bing, bada boom. If it's like a rightful contender, you know what I'm saying. But if there's not a clear cut, you might as well call out Conor. You know what I'm saying. But I do think that is a problem. I don't think we have a clear-cut number one lightweight contender right now, bro. Aside from Tony, we've got the 3 champions, Conor, Tony, and Khabib. But now, who's right under that? That's what I need to see. Okay, I'm on UFC.com. My dogs are barking, but that's all good. It's probably because somebody's at the door. All right, so we got Eddie Alvarez. Eddie Alvarez. There we go. That's who they could call out. Okay, so you get, Khabib wins and says, that's McChicken. You don't want to fight me, Eddie Alvarez? I'll fuck you up next. Yeah, I completely agree. Eddie Alvarez is the call-out if you want to go with that savagery. Cinco said, how do I donate like these guys are doing? I think the Super Chat link is in the description. If you hit that streamlabs.com thing, I think that's how you do it. Yeah, that's how you do it with the chat. The other way is PayPal, but I don't think that one has a chat. I didn't even know. Last time I streamed, someone said it wasn't letting them donate, so I didn't even know if that would work for you guys, but clearly it is, so that's dope. 24/7 Fader said, how do I do it from my phone? I'm not sure. I don't know if what you're talking about when you said from your phone. There's a new private parking garage under the arena. It's attached to my building. I'm jumping out on someone on video. Hey, that is hilarious, bro. You should. Poirier versus Justin, said the Eagle. Yeah, that's going to be a good fight. Dustin Poirier versus Justin Gaethje. That's it. UFC Fox or UFC Fight Night coming up. Yeah, I can't wait for that. It's going to be a main event. Hell of a fight. Somebody's going to sleep. Justin Gaethje always brings it. Dustin Poirier, he's been gunning for the throne, and he's got a chip on his shoulder. Dustin Poirier for sure has a chip on his shoulder. Tommy Bone said Eddie might win that belt again. Yeah, man, I got to admit, Eddie's earned his way back, and he lost to Conor, but it is what it is. And since then, you know, he beat Justin Gaethje. As you want to know, he had the no contest with Poirier, of course. I would like to see that rematch, but holy smokes. Senko said, was that CA20? Is that like California? Much appreciated. Good, sir. But yeah, $20 donation. That's huge, dog. 20 Stamina MC said, hang tight, the super chat gang in the area. 24/7 Faded with the motherfucking flex. Oh, Canada. My bad, Senko. Canada. Fuck California. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. California holding another L after Tekashi, man. No. But, yeah, so Eddie Alvarez, bro, versus Khabib. I like that fight. Eddie Alvarez versus Ferguson. That sounds like a fun fight, bro. Eddie Alvarez versus Tony Ferguson, low-key, is the fight to make. Like, let's say, oh, yeah, that's going to happen. I'm telling you. If fucking Khabib beats Ferguson, let's just say, and he does go on to fight Conor in Russia or wherever, he becomes the champion, I think the next #1 contender fight, fucking Tony Ferguson, Eddie Alvarez. Or, because, you know, Khabib, if he wins the title, he's probably going to have to go to Ramadan, right? Because he said he's going to want to fight 3 times this year. He's already fought maybe once. But either way, you know, he said he wants to fight 3 times this year. But I believe I think this is only going to be, he's only going to fight once before Ramadan. So that's going to leave us time for a #1 contender fight if Khabib happens to become the champion. Now, even if Tony Ferguson wins, the fight happens. I think the fight we see next in lightweight is Eddie Alvarez versus Tony Ferguson. And it doesn't matter who wins the belt, because if Khabib wins the belt, then he's going to go to Ramadan and we need a #1 contender fight. And maybe we get Tony Ferguson, you know, Khabib 2 if he wins. But either way, the title eliminator fight that has to happen is Tony Ferguson versus Eddie Alvarez. Now, if Tony Ferguson goes on to win the belt, Conor's probably not fighting either one of these guys. He might, but let's say Conor doesn't and he goes on for the money fights, Floyd Mayweather and Diaz. If Tony Ferguson becomes the champion, who's the #1 contender? If he just beat Khabib, Eddie Alvarez. Eddie Alvarez versus Tony Ferguson sounds like fucking fight of the year to me. You know what I'm saying? Tommy Bones said, Ramadan ends in July. Overdue super chat on full time. Hey, man, I didn't even... London Taylor, my boy, some of y'all probably don't know who this is. Y'all know who, like, DJ Star is? You probably don't. But anyways, that's kind of where I got, like, this live stream layout part of. You know, I took bits and pieces, then I did my own customizing. But, yeah, man, so... that's really what made me want to do this. And honestly, fucking the super chat stuff, I've seen other YouTubers stream like that, and I've seen it work, but I didn't know much about it. And I heard they, like, took 40%, but I mean, hey, somebody said that was a lie, so I don't even know, but I really don't care, man. I appreciate it all. So, so if Ramadan ends in July, it starts in, like, May, right, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, but in between May and July, because the fight's about to happen. When is UFC 223? It's in April. So, yeah, that leaves, like, from April to the end of July for fucking a barn burner. That's the fight to make, win or lose. Eddie Alvarez versus Tony Ferguson. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Another fight, though. What do you guys think about Mark Diakese and Sage Northcutt? Now, a lot of people, I forget who it was in the comments. I wish I knew your name. I would for sure give you credit. But when I made the first video, they called it the Battle of the Overhyped Prospects. That made me fucking lol. I was like, that's pretty good. But, man, come on. Let's have fun. Let's not call them overhyped prospects. Let's have fun, man. Mark Diakese, exciting Can we at least call them exciting overhyped prospects? They're strikers, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Sage Northcutt's last fight wasn't the most exciting, but it's because he was getting wrestle fucked. It wasn't like the dude was working for a finish. He knew Sage Northcutt would get up and fucking take his face off with a heel kick or a front kick or a fucking any type of Super Saiyan Sage Northcutt strike. That's why he had to hold him against the cage, and that's why he lost the decision. I'm just kidding. I was going into my Super Sage Northcutt fanboy mode. But either way, Mark Diakese was like 14-0 before his last 2 fights. It was kind of like Aljamain Sterling, kind of, you know, undefeated. Took 2 losses, and I believe they might have both been split decision for Aljamain. But not Mark Diakese won for sure was a split decision, if I'm not mistaken. But then he was submitted by Dan Hooker. But either way, man, he's got the red mohawk. Let's fucking get it. Mark Diakese and Sage Northcutt. He's calling him out. He said he's got to ask Mr. Favor for permission. You know, he said I would be super honored if you would give me a fight, Super Sage. You know, it'd be super cool. Come on, they're having fun. Let's fucking get it. Let's see. Senko said, if I win big tomorrow, more donates coming your way, my dog. Love the work you're putting in full time. Much appreciated. Senko 187, that is freaking, I mean, much appreciated. I don't know how many times I can say it, but I mean, it really is. I mean, it helps a lot too. Especially, man, I don't talk about my personal situations a lot just because that's not my style. But I'm telling you, I wish I had another channel just so I could tell you, me and my brother could go at it. Like, y'all missed, like, it's fucking epic. But right now, bitch-ass nigga just got his tax money. It's all good. I ain't got no taxes. So, you know, he's shitting on me a little bit. You know, I'm overdue on my shit. You know, my fucking payday loan and my YouTube check was only $300. Shitting on me. So, you know, I'm going to be getting shit on these next couple of weeks. But, and you know, they be acting like this YouTube, oh, you need to fucking go back to work, you know, you haven't been to work this week. Nigga, for 1, there's no shifts. For 2, there's a motherfucking ice storm. For 3, I am putting in work. But, you know, they don't see the motherfucking potential. So it is what it is. One day, I'm gonna be shitting on these niggas, but, you know, playfully. He's still my brother and shit. But, you know, we got a very intense, competitive rivalry. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, dog. So yeah, man, much appreciated for all of that, man. So thank you. MMA Vlogger Real Talk. See, that one didn't pop up on the super chat. Gotta change that tune to head movement or something. Okay, bet. Yeah, I'll change that. I'll change that. I got that song from it's a popular Twitch streamer. He streams Fortnite, a dude named Ninja, and that's the song that plays every time he gets a donation. And I just think that's a good ass song. I was like, hey. I need dollar, that's what I need. Hey. And you know, I feel that shit. but yeah, I'll change it to head movement. Yeah, something more MMA related for sure. Why? Oh, that's why the super. Oh yeah, I was scrolled up. That's why I gotta change it. Save that tax money for a rainy day. Bro, I didn't get no tax money. These niggas got tax money. I don't got no kids. So they got 3 kids to claim. So you know what I'm saying? You get thousands if you got kids. Bro, I'm getting back $130 for taxes. Fucking killed me. You know, I don't really talk about that shit, you know, on the channel. But yeah, no, these niggas might be getting 8,000, bro, racks. I'm 100. It's like, nigga, I need to go have some fucking kids. You know what I'm saying? Just so I can keep up. Nah, I'm just fucking around. But hey, let's see. Let's scroll back up. Where we at? I guess I'm gonna scroll all the way back up. You know what I'm saying? I'll read the ones. MMA Vlogger Real Talk. Oh wait, no, my boy Bada Bing said. Oh yeah, good call. Delete that. I didn't see what Young Gabriel said. All right. MMA Vlogger said that guy with the 6'9" on his face doesn't even know how to hit. Fake cholos pretending they're down. Bro, he's a big troll. Like, it's kind of like Colby Covington, bro. It's literally like that. It's like Colby Covington. He's trolling, and I like troll. Like, I don't like trolls. Like, I realize, you know, shit can get serious. That's why now that I have a channel, I'm not super troll. Like, I could be that type of guy, Colby Covington type of fucking shock jock type of guy. But I don't think I want to go that route. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't want to, but I could if I had to. But that's exactly what that reminds me of. Like, what, bro? He be on there trolling so hard. Like, he's got that rainbow hair. He laid down, like, on a pillow. Like, I bet y'all wish right now, imagine me, my face bloody, somebody just punching me, fucking me up. But it'll never happen. You can't test my game. Like, bro, he just be trolling. So, like, the shit he does, I don't agree with. But at the same time, I respect the troll. I don't think he's a real gangster, and all of that shit. The people that, believe he's a real gangster and shit, that's the people that are getting trolled. The people that are really getting mad at him, them are the people getting trolled. So it's really just like Kobe Covington. Infamous said, yo, fix that bum-ass mic. Hey, I got a cold-ass mic, but the thing is, the mic you're hearing me through is my webcam. I'm talking through my webcam. Shout out Stamina MC. Y'all remember that joint? That's what I use on the laptop if I record, like, for the intros and stuff. But for some reason, it won't plug into my new computer. I would be using this. I got it. Like, when I try and plug it in, it has connection issues. I don't know why to the new computer. So since my webcam has a mic and I don't know how to fix that issue, that's what we're using. But until then, eat a dick, Infamous. 24/7 Faded said, put the pussy in timeout. Oh, you put that pussy in timeout? Hey, fuck them. If they're violating, time them out. But, I'm not too soft, so if they say some shit, I'll respond to them. I'll hit a troll up. I'll clip a troll up. Stamina MC said, wasn't his... Okay. Eagle, Usman versus Darren Till would be a great matchup. Yeah, I think that would be a great matchup for sure. It let us know about both of them. But the thing is, actually, if Usman beat Darren Till, people would say, yeah, but Darren Till hadn't proven himself. He only beat Donald Cerrone. And if Darren Till beat Usman, people would just say, yeah, we already knew Darren Till was the shit. And Usman hadn't proven himself. He only beat Sergio Moraes. So I think for both of them, where they're at in their career, they're at a point where they need to step into the next level. So fighting each other would still leave questions. They need to fight somebody that's a real contender. Because even with Darren Till beating Donald Cerrone, it put him on a lot of people's radar and got him that respect. But there's still just a little bit of questions. If he wants to really become like, and I mean, just silence all the doubters and really work toward the title shot, I think Darren Till should fight Wonderboy. And I really think that's what they're waiting on with Darren Till. Because, really, Darren Till, young dude, first-round knockout, didn't get injured in his fight. All the potential in the world, had all the hype in the world after the Donald Cerrone win, and he still doesn't even have a fight scheduled for people to talk about. So it's like the UFC might be taking it slow or just wait. Wonderboy's team said, we can't fight him. We got that thumb injury. So maybe the UFC and Darren Till's team is like, well, I guess we'll just wait out that injury because that's the fight that makes the most sense. If Darren Till does beat Wonderboy, next might be a title shot. As to where if he fights Usman, yeah, Darren Till would probably want to be active, but it probably wouldn't do too much for, his career as far as progressing, except for it would show all of us, the hardcore fans, like, oh, shit, he's the real deal. But a lot of people, especially the casuals, already feel like that with Darren Till. So I do agree, though, but I would love to see the fight, but I don't think we'll see it, though. But it would be a great matchup, Eagle. Moderators can put people in timeout, which auto-deletes an offending comment. Okay, yeah, I don't even know what he said. I kind of wish I got to see it. Just because, bro, there's somebody with a fucking profile called Full-Time Toilet Cleaner, and then, I blocked it just because. Nigga, you ain't going to be advertising that on my channel, but I respect the troll. He made another one, and he came back, Full-Time Custodian or something. And another troll-ass gamer tag, or fucking gamer tag. Another troll-ass YouTube handle. And he was like, bro, don't block me. I'm a promoting machine. And, I'd be going to, the MMA Junkie Radio live chat or just anywhere, and that nigga will be there. Full-Time Toilet Cleaner. I'm telling y'all, man, I'm doing something right. I know. I got some fucking haters out there, but I'm telling you, I'd rather read and respond, even though that's y'all probably got my back on that, because blocking it and me ignoring it is probably better than me giving that bullshit attention. You know what I'm saying? Somebody came in here saying, oh, fast topics do the boom, boom, boom. I'd probably respond, and I should be ignoring that stuff. So I appreciate y'all good looking out. But, so we talked about Mark Diakese and Sage Northcutt a little bit, Claudia Gadelha and Carla Esparza. That's going to be a good fight, man. And I see Claudia Gadelha winning the fight just off the top of my head, but at the same time, Carla Esparza is underrated, bro. And I don't know why she's so underrated, because her only 3 losses in her last fucking 12 fights 2 of them were split decisions. I didn't see the first split decision loss. But her split decision loss to Randa Marcos, I thought Carla might have won that fight. And then her other loss was to Joanna the champion. But other than that, Carla Esparza's been beating everybody. She was the former champion, even though it was the inaugural champion. But people just kind of like write her off. They wrote her off against Cynthia Calvillo. She won that fight as the underdog. They're writing her off versus Carla Esparza. And versus Claudia Gadelha. And Claudia Gadelha is coming off of a pretty one-sided loss. But it's like people are still just picking Claudia Gadelha to like just win the fight. But I mean, just the fight aside, they've been having, this is a pretty heated rivalry going into this. These girls don't like each other. So it's going to be a fucking great fight at UFC 225. Speaking of UFC 225 and CM Punk, everybody loves CM Punk, right? Oh, okay. I scrolled down. I was just going to keep talking because I had my chat scrolled up. I didn't even see y'all was... I got to keep up with the chat, man. I'll be trying to respond. But we're going to talk about CM Punk and UFC 225 after I respond to the chat a little bit. Let's see. MMA vlogger Real Talk Forum said, Rich Piana steroids aren't steroids if you take them all the time because it becomes a vitamin. Troll Buster said, what up, full-time fan? What up, Troll Buster in the building? Michael James London, they better give Till anyone before people forget. And see, Darren Till, he's got that lasting power, I think. You know what I'm saying? Because I clearly haven't forgot. Whenever Darren Till fights, I'm ready. But it's just like, man, he could have already fought. But normally that's definitely the case. I like what the UFC did with Stipe, riding that momentum, or Francis Ngannou, get that knockout over him, get right back in there. Building off of momentum for guys that are becoming stars. So there might be something said for that. There is, because it's happened another time recently. Like, who won and then was booked like two fucking pay-per-views later? I don't know, but I like when that happens because it's like you're riding that momentum. But with Darren Till, for some reason, it might just be me, but I do think like the casual fans are probably going to start to forget about Darren Till, but I can't fucking wait for Darren Till to get back in there no matter who it's against. But there is something to be said for building off of your previous fight momentum. Basel Al-Ansari said, hello people, what is up? OG. Alex J said Darren Till needs to fight Wonder Boy. I think that's the fight that'll happen next, and I honestly think that's what Darren Till's team or the UFC is waiting on. MMA Prediction Guru said Till versus Masvidal. God, man, I like Masvidal, so I wouldn't want to see that fight because I think Till would take him out. Masvidal used to fight at lightweight, man. Come on. She's fucked up, man. I'm biased toward Masvidal because whenever he was fighting at lightweight, like some people say Jorge Masvidal is overrated. I definitely disagree, but he's one of my favorite fighters. He came all the way from backyard Kimbo street fighting and shit, made it to fucking fighting the best dudes before the UFC, fighting around in Bulldog and shit you never heard of. He was fighting Paul Daly. A lot of people, whenever they're fighting before they get to the UFC, they're building their, I don't even want to say they're building their resume, padding their resume, but they're not fighting the best of the best before they get to the UFC. People like Jorge Masvidal and the Diaz brothers and shit like that, they're fighting killers before the UFC, and that's the only reason they're still around is because they are good enough to beat a lot of those dudes. And that's really the case with Jorge Masvidal. But then once he gets to the UFC in the lightweight division and he loses a couple split decisions, and it's like, okay, I see what's going on here. I'm going to keep getting robbed unless I knock somebody out. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm not about to keep cutting all this weight and missing all these holidays if I'm going to lose every fucking split decision or every decision because the judges don't want to give me the fight. So now I'm fighting at welterweight, and I got the skills to be still one of the best welterweights, as you saw versus a lot of people, the Donald Cerrone's of the world and others, but he's still a little undersized for the division. So when you put him in there with someone like Darren Till or even Damian Maia, that size is going to come into a factor. Damian Maia is a lot bigger than Jorge Masvidal and still couldn't submit him. Won by split decision. Jorge Masvidal did more damage, but Damian Maia controlled the fight thanks to size. If Damian Maia was a smaller guy or Jorge Masvidal was a natural welterweight, Masvidal's beating Maia. But the thing is, he's coming up from lightweight, so he's got that going. So I got Darren Till versus Masvidal, but I wouldn't want to see that fight happen because I wouldn't want to see that happen to my boy Masvidal. But still, at the same time, Masvidal could for sure win the fight, and I could just be riding the momentum of Darren Till. You know, Darren Till beat Donald Cerrone, but let's not forget, so the fuck did Jorge Masvidal. So that would be a great fight, though. Great fight, MMA prediction guru. You know, because Masvidal's got a chance. I'm just looking at Darren Till as a world beater at this point, and I don't even know if that's the case. I just, you know, feel like he's a world beater because he's convinced me he's a world beater, and he's also convinced me he's a light heavyweight that should be fighting at fucking, you know, that's fighting at welterweight. I believe him. Yeah, Eagle, full-time toilet cleaner. I'm telling you, hey, motherfucking go look up right now. Take your channel to work day. I took you niggas there. I'm proud of my fucking job. I'm telling you, that the job I have, or I ain't even been to work to that job for a couple of weeks now because there's not a lot of shifts. I've stormed, and I've been just doing so much for the channel. And honestly, we've only got one car between 4 fucking adults. So by me not picking up, like, if I do pick up an odd shift from 1 to 9:30 and take the car, that's 3 motherfuckers. You know, then they're going to have to find a ride. So whenever I do just focus on the channel, which is actually fucking productive, which they act like it's not, when I actually do focus on the channel, it really eases up the stress on some of them fucking dipshits, because now you guys can use the car to do whatever you need to do, because I'm not at work in the fucking car. But hey, that's another topic for another day. Woosah. But motherfucking speaking of that job, though, fucking best job I've personally ever had, dog. I don't got no boss looking over my shoulder. Motherfuckers act like I'm just cleaning toilets and fucking handling turds all goddamn day. Bro, that isn't even a tenth of the fucking job, bro. Normally, I'm sitting the fuck down, possibly on a computer, because I'm done early. Because, you know, once half the time there's people in the building, you can't do your shit. And once you're by yourself, bro, you can put in the podcast, you get the vacuum, motherfucking the dust mop, you know what I'm saying? It ain't shit, motherfucking get to work, bro. You can be motherfucking high at work, you know what I'm saying? You can smoke at lunch, you can leave whenever you want, come back, you can take a fucking hour lunch if you want. I'm telling you, freedom. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying, it doesn't come with the benefits of actual fucking shitty job. So, I mean, it's like independent contracting, and you can call it a toilet cleaner all you want. People can take shots, and I'm sure they will continue. But I'm never going to give a fuck, dog. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, it is what it is. Take your channel to work day. Go check it out. Your boy is motherfucking humble. 24/7 Faded said, the timed out comment was talking about that one old trash channel. Oh, yeah, he definitely needed to be timed out then. Because, oh, full-time family. Bada bing, bada boom, let me know that the old guy, MMA Fast Topics, on his website that charges $20 a month, he said he opened up the comment section again. So, like, people can go over there and comment. You remember the first days, he had to shut that shit down because the full-time family was over there on his motherfucking scalp. But he fucking opened that shit back up, bada bing, bada boom said. Now, I haven't made my way over there, but he said he did, and he was just letting them know the deal. I just figured I'd let y'all know that shit was up. Michael James London said, if you have no haters, then you're doing it wrong. Yeah, if you have no haters, probably nobody gives a fuck about you. You know what I'm saying? Just being honest. Or, you know, you're not doing something right. Yeah, I definitely agree. Bada bing, bada... Oh, he's responding to somebody else. MMA Prediction Guru said, yeah, Masvidal's definitely one of the best strikers in the division. Yeah, for sure, man. He's got them fucking hands out of this world. Whatever Stops the Tears said Masvidal's a lightweight fighting at welterweight, and Darren Till is a middleweight fighting at welterweight. Exactly, and that's the size thing. Is my boy bada bing bada boom in here ain't got a motherfucking wrench yet? What type of stupid shit is that? There you go, bada bing. You're in there now. Alex J. Darren Till would lose to Wonderboy. Trust. It's not about would, it's will he, because it's about to happen, homie. I think the fight's going to happen. And even if Darren Till lost to Wonderboy, I'm riding with Darren Till. Motherfucking, he's going in there to test himself. Not because he feels like Wonderboy's past his prime or no shit like that. He wants to not only test himself, but move up the fucking rankings. He's not calling out a 38. You know, now, I'm not taking shots at Kelvin Gastelum, but all I'm saying is, Darren Till's not a guy that's trying to get a title shot off of beating guys that might be past their prime. You know what I'm saying? He's fighting the #1 contender. Nobody in the fucking welterweight division can beat Wonderboy aside from Tyron Woodley. So that's not a guy you just sign up to fight. You know what I'm saying? The Robbie Lawler, Rafael Dos Anjos, they're not signing up to fight Wonderboy. Wonderboy wanted both of those fights, if you recall. He wanted to fight Robbie and RDA. It's not hard. It's kind of hard to get some people to try and fight Wonderboy. Darren Till is begging for the Wonderboy fight. So if he loses, hey, he fucking tested himself. Shake it off. He's still young in the game. We'll see what happens in his next couple of fights. But all I'm saying, he might lose to Wonderboy, but he might fucking not. He might knock him out because he's a light heavyweight fighting at welterweight. I'm just saying, it's a possibility, bro. Fucking, and if he does win, if Darren Till does beat Wonderboy, he automatically becomes the star of the welterweight division. He becomes the best striker in the division. He becomes the guy everyone wants to see beat the champion. That's what would happen if he beats Wonderboy. Kind of like if Masvidal beat TJ. I mean, not Masvidal, goddammit. If Cody Garbrandt beat TJ Dillashaw, that's all he needed to fucking jetpack into Conor McGregor land. That's all he needed was to get that win over TJ. Then he can start doing his super fights in this division, test himself in that division, fight here, you know, take some time off, do a movie. That's all Cody Garbrandt had to do was get that win over fucking, you know what I'm saying, TJ. That's why he wants that rematch back so bad too, I think, because if you beat, you can right that wrong. Kind of like when Conor lost to Nate, he needed that immediate rematch to right that wrong, get it right back. But unfortunately for Cody Garbrandt, he wasn't Conor McGregor before the fight, so he can't just demand a rematch. It's kind of on fucking TJ too. Mimi M said, "Oh my God, say block to get block. Come in here advertising that motherfucking pussy. Block." I'm just playing. MMA vlogger Real Talk Forum said, "Rich be on steroids. On steroids, if you take one time, it becomes a vitamin." Yeah, man. Fucking magical quotes from Rich Piana. I'm not ignoring you. I'm just reading the chat and responding. You know what I'm saying? MMA Prediction Guru said Till had a draw with Nicholas Dalby. Yeah, he makes the funniest sounds, I swear. You know what I'm saying? Block! I block your ass for that. No, but with that being said, we've talked about Claudia. We've talked about Mark Diakese. Motherfucking versus Edgar. Claudia versus Esparza. McGregor versus Edgar, Lesnar versus Jones. You said it funny. Yeah, I know I said it the funnier first. That's how it always is. You don't just tell somebody to do something and it sounds better than the first time. You know, when you do something because someone's it's like a fucking, hey, freestyle. It's like, nigga, I'm not in freestyle mode, nigga. You know what I'm saying? If there was a beat on, freestyle, oh, come on, dude. You know what I mean? Block, Basil Alansari said TJ looks unstoppable. Alex J. Josh Emmett finna lose tomorrow. Oh, the fights are tomorrow. How the fuck am I not thinking about that? Great fights tomorrow. Hey, I was listening to MMA Junkie Radio earlier. A couple of them switched their predictions from Stevens to Emmett. I mean, it's going to be a good fight, man. Whatever Stops the Tears said TJ dropped in the rematch. Cody has no dad, so he will become the champ again for sure. What the fuck? That's crazy. What does him having no dad have to do with him becoming the champ, bro? Mimi said, "You look like an ex-boyfriend of mine. He was funny like you too." That was probably the fucking the one arm. There hasn't been much talks about rebooking that fight. There hasn't been, Cody Garbrandt's been saying he's healthy enough to fight TJ at UFC 222, but he ain't talking about fighting no Jimmy Rivera. No, Dominic Cruz, I think one of them even came out and said, you know what, now I don't want to fight him because he turned down a fight with Marlon Rivera. I mean, now I wish this was tinfoil right now, but it seems like a lot of people ain't fucking with Jimmy Rivera. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be the top contenders or the UFC, it seems like the fight that most people want to have. Even in the MMA media, they're kind of like pushing for Jimmy Rivera to have to get at least one more fight versus like Marlon Moraes. So I really don't know, man. I would, if Moraes and Rivera fought, I would probably lean toward Rivera off the top of my head. I definitely would probably pick Rivera off the top of my head. I'd have to, if I did my actual prediction video, it might change, but I would lean toward Rivera. But I just know Rivera doesn't want that fight right now. He feels like, nah, man, fuck that. It's time for a title shot. But then some people come back and say, I think Ali Abdelaziz said this. Uriah Faber gave you an opportunity, so now you have to give other people an opportunity. And I see what he's saying with that, but, I mean, it's kind of like, let's say Kamaru Usman. We know he's been wanting a top 10 ranked opponent, been wanting it. Let's say he finally gets a top 10 ranked opponent in fucking, let's just use Donald Cowboy Cerrone for an example. And he beats him. They got an opportunity. Now you have to give someone else that opportunity. It's like, no, I've been trying to get to the title. I don't just want a fucking into the top 10. Now I'm going to take this and get to the title. So that could, it seems to me, that's kind of what it feels like is going on with Jimmy Rivera. It's like, I worked hard to get to Uriah Faber. So now that I got the Uriah Faber fight and I'm in the top 10 and I beat another guy, I want to move toward the title. I don't want to move backwards. And there's some people in that situation, but it seems like what the fans are wanting to see is Jimmy Rivera versus Marlon Moraes, or at least that's what it's starting to seem like. And maybe Jimmy Rivera is going to have to get in there and get that done. If Cody Garbrandt and Dominic Cruz aren't going to, give him that opportunity, who else are you going to fight? The Jimmy Rivera situation is really interesting to me. I don't know, really what's going to happen with his next fight, but I do know where he stands. He's not interested really in anybody outside of Cody, Dominic, and TJ. That's who he wants next. So everybody else, is calling him out, but it's like, yeah, he don't want those fights. So, but it's not up to him. It kind of is, but it kind of isn't. So we'll see what happens. I definitely have my eye on the Jimmy Rivera situation. Is he going to get what he wants, or is it kind of, nah, I don't think that's what's next for him. You got to fight Marlon Moraes, because honestly, I even think it feels like the UFC, I don't even think they want him versus Cody or Dominic next. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure, but I just get that feeling. It's not like the UFC is just like super behind Jimmy. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't feel like that, just from my perspective. Kevin Lee versus Barboza too, said Prediction Guru. Yeah, that's targeted, up and coming. That's going to be a good fight. I think I talked about that on yesterday's live stream though. What's on? All right, let's go up. Oh yeah, the stream froze. I know, man. That's some bullshit. My thoughts on Project Scorpion. Oh yeah, Project Scorpion. You talking about Project Spearhead, or what? What are your thoughts on Project Scorpio? Are you talking about Project Spearhead, the MMA union, bro? I don't know what Project Scorpio is. Michael James London said offline all of a sudden. Oh yeah, that's my motherfucking internet, bro. I don't know what happened. I don't even know where it was when it cut off. I was saying a whole fucking diatribe why that shit was probably offline. Motherfucking, hey, it is what it is, man. Blame fucking Cox, man. Don't blame me. Mimi said I was getting the answer. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if I was in the middle of telling you need to get that motherfucking nigga back that looked like me and was funny, because that's the one that got away. If you had somebody that looked like me and was funny like me, you fucked up. I don't know why that's an X. I don't know what you did, but clearly you fucked up. No, I'm just fucking around. But what? Marlon vs. Jimmy is booked June 1st? Don't fucking lie. I haven't seen nothing about that. MMA Prediction Guru said Marlon vs. Jimmy is booked for June 1st. Be careful what you wish for, Marlon. Holy smoke. No, I'm just saying that because, Jimmy, he did, because you got to think, Jimmy was going to fight Marlon, right? But he said, all right, we can fight, 219, let's save the card. And then he was like, no, sorry, I can't make the weight. And he was like, what? Okay, I'll let you come in at 140. Oh, no, 145. And he's like, nigga, what the fuck are you talking about? You want to fight at featherweight? For a bantamweight title eliminator? Come on. No. So, okay. That's dope to see. Jimmy Rivera versus Marlon Moraes. Jimmy Rivera might have to kick one more ass before he gets that. Damn, you know what? I'm sure Jimmy wanted that Dominic Cruz fight rebooked, but we'll see what happens with that whole situation. But yeah, Marlon versus Jimmy, if it's booked for June 1st, that's the first I heard it. That's going to be a fucking hell of a fight. And the winner of that fight will guaranteed be fighting either Cody, Dominic, TJ. They ain't fighting no. If Jimmy Rivera beats Marlon Moraes, he's not fucking fighting nobody else until he gets one of those three names. You know what I'm saying? And I really believe that. Mimi said June 1st. That's my birthday. Oh, you got a hell of a fight on your birthday, man. I was looking how close that is. That's it's fucking February 23rd. So yeah, it's about 2 months away. That's dope. Kevin Lee versus Barboza. Oh, what? That's on the same card on June 1st? Tell me you ain't lying. Is that Atlantic City? No, that's not Atlantic City. They said Atlantic City was... I don't know what the fuck card is that, bro. I got to scroll down and keep up with the chat. Felony Charles Bennett said you got that 15. Hey, I should if this motherfucking money goes to motherfucking my PayPal, bro. I got a donation on this live stream. So yeah, that's why I couldn't get you your money, because my shit was negative. I had to wait. I could, you know, even if I had 15 cash and I put it in my bank account, it's just going to my negative ass overdraft. So that's why I had to wait till I got money on PayPal to transfer it over. But yeah, Felony Charles motherfucking Bennett is in the fucking house, a full-time MMA live stream, and I got a damn MMA legend in my live stream, you guys. This is fucking insane. Everybody, you know you gotta say what up to motherfucking Felony Charles Bennett. This shit is fucking crazy, dog. But yeah, no. Somebody tell me, were you telling me, MMA prediction guru, that Jimmy Rivera and Marlon Moraes is on the same night as fucking Kevin Lee and Edson Barboza? Is that official too? Holy shit, if so, that shit happened during this live stream. That'd be crazy. That's already a hell of a card. Marlon, but yeah, Felony, I'll have that shit to you. I think it takes a couple business days. So 3 days, man. I got that 15, bro. No more boycotting. No more boycotting full-time MMA. What was I saying about your ex? Oh, I was just saying that was the one you let go, man. You can't have someone that looks like me and is funny like me, and you didn't fuck around and marry that dude. You should be somewhere. You shouldn't even be on my stream. You should probably be cooking that nigga some breakfast at this point in time, or some lunch. Well, you know what I'm just fucking around. Shit flying, son of a gun. What do we do? Just get a subscriber? Is that the subscriber one? I think that's the subscriber one. I'll have to see when it pops up on the stream. Yeah, just join the full-time family. 0.416 Rigby with the big subscription. Let's fucking go. We are on the way to 5,000 subscribers. About 800 away. He cheated on you. Oh, yeah, he's a fucking dipshit. How's he do that? Damn. But sometimes you got to let niggas like us slide. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to tell you from personal experience, when you're this funny and you look like this, sometimes, you know, it's hard because you're a good person. So when a chick comes up to you and, you know what I'm saying, sometimes it's just hard, you know, because our talents, you know, spread. Our love spreads. We're very lovable people. So with that being said, he did what he had to do that day, I'm sure. And you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just got to give him a pass, man. That's all I'm trying to say. It's worth it in the long run. I gotta try, man. MMA Prediction Guru said Rivera versus Marlon is the main event for UFC Utica. Where the fuck is Utica? Fucking, I don't know where that is, but that's crazy. That had to have just got announced, bro. I'm about to Google that shit. UFC Utica. Is that even fucking, where is Utica? Jimmy Rivera versus Marlon Moraes in the works for UFC Utica main event. That's a hell of a... Oh, what did they say? Also, Ciara Eubanks versus Lauren Murphy might be on that card. Okay. Look at the full-time family breaking the motherfucking news to me for a change. Project Spearhead. Yeah, Project Spearhead, I think it's dope because it's by a fighter, Leslie Smith. But there's been a email going around to the fighters. It's like, yo, and there's been some union talks going on, and I just want y'all to know that the same people behind the union are the same people that were trying to keep the UFC out of New York. So you might want to stay the fuck away from them people because they just don't like the UFC. But I don't know if that was in regards to Project Spearhead. I don't know if you know, they're talking about Project Spearhead when they're talking about the same people that were trying to keep him out of New York. But, hey, I think Project Spearhead, if it's by Leslie Smith, it'll be with good intentions. But if it's backed by some fucking crazy organization, that's a whole different idea. What is this? Simp Court? Short distance. Hey, you blocked. No, I'm just fucking around. You're my dog. New York. Oh, Utica, New York. Yeah, see, I didn't even... Now that you say that, I knew that. You know what I'm saying? Bada Bing said that's Felony's account, not the official one. That Felony account's not the official one. Why you say that? It might be the official one, bro, but you might be right. It might not be. Either way, I do got to get him that 15. Either way, now that I got it. But it might be him, bro. I don't know why you think it ain't him. Felony Charles Bennett, that's the nigga's name. I can't click it right here, huh? I go like view profile, go to channel. Let's check him out. Let's see if that's him. Oh, that ain't him. No, you're right. Bada bing. But hey, but shit, I wouldn't be surprised. Like I was live streaming yesterday, and right after I got done, he started streaming. I'll be checking his shit out. So he might be in here, and that's just not him. But either way, I do got to get him that $15. So it's not the same card. Either way, man, that's some good ass fights. Do you think McGregor is running out of money? He said he's got to spend money in order to want money. Do I think he's running out of money? I wouldn't say he's running out of money, like he'd be broke next week, but I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't have as much money as everybody says. I'll tell you that much. I mean, you have to think, yeah, he made $100 million in that Floyd fight, but what about taxes for one? And then for two, it's not like he's been making those amount of purses his whole fucking life. You got to think, not too long ago, Conor McGregor wasn't the Conor McGregor we all know and love. And even whenever he started fighting Aldo and Diaz, he was just starting to make like, $5 and $10 million. Like, that's not a lot of money compared to a lot of these other athletes, let alone boxers. So, yeah, he did make that huge payday for that one time, but Conor McGregor spends a lot of money. He likes fucking living lavish. That shit costs money. So, I don't think Conor McGregor has enough money to retire forever, but I do think he has enough money to only fight Floyd Mayweather or Nate Diaz and then possibly just go and do movies and shit. And even if he's running out of money, he could probably just go do movies for money anyway, or a WWE. Like, he doesn't have to fight for money. So even if he does run out of money, that doesn't mean he's going to fight necessarily. He's got other options, but I don't think he is running out of money right now, though. The icon's different, said bada bing, bada boom. I didn't recognize that, man. MMA Prediction Guru said, it's a close fight, bro. I still got to do the tape. But I think Khabib walks through punches and is great at that. But if he gets hit with the elbow, he could get tentative. Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure. What do you think about Tony Ferguson's strategy of, accepting the takedowns? Mimi said, before I get in a relationship when I'm single, then I'm hoeing. MMA Predict, man, that's a motherfucking lie. When you're in a relationship, you're hoeing too. Don't put it off on that nigga. I know niggas like me, man. We don't fucking cheat. So what I'm saying is, I think you fucked up, especially knowing that about you. You know what I'm saying? The whole, yeah, you ain't. And you know what I'm saying? I ain't even going to get into my personal history. I know a couple hoes, real life hoes. I've known them my whole motherfucking life. And they ain't just known for being like, oh yeah, I'm hoeing right now, but now I'm no. If you get in a relationship tomorrow and the nigga calls you and says, motherfucking, I got $300 and I need my dick sucked, you ain't just about to turn down the $300 because you got a new boo thing, or I don't know if you're high end, low end, what the fuck you're getting, but you get it. Mimi said, I don't do it that often anymore, though. Rich Limby said, you fuck out of here, man. What did Rich Limby said? Well, I'm only saying he wasn't responding to me. Kevin Lawler said he does have his own hisky. Randomly leg locked. I don't know how he would even get out of that submission. Mimi M said, I'm serious. I'm boring nowadays. That's why I'm here. Ooh, the fucking taking shots. Oh, shit. Tommy Bones said 2016 Conor killed in pay-per-view money. Look at those numbers for sure. Conor has made a lot of money. And compared to other MMA fighters, he's made a lot of money. But I'm just saying, some of these fucking athletes are making $20 million a year. Not even the biggest stars. Let's go to the NFL. The medium stars in the NFL might be making $20 million a year. You know what I'm saying? Before Floyd Mayweather, Conor probably made $20 million, in 1 year total. Like before that, though, before Conor started making that 5 or 10 million, it wasn't like that was sustained. He wasn't making $20 million a year for like 5 years. It just started. Then he went to Floyd Mayweather. So Conor made a whole lot of motherfucking money. Don't get me wrong. All I'm saying is he likes to spend a lot of money, and he's going to have to, but he's got the whiskey business. He's got, the fashion shit going on. I do think Conor's making. Hey. Full-time city, Tommy Bones, let's motherfucking go. I think Conor's making a lot of money, and he doesn't have to fight, you know what I'm saying, but he would still have to work somewhere. I don't think Conor McGregor can, you know what I'm saying, just chill forever. If you don't see Conor in the octagon, you'll probably see him in a motherfucking movie. or in the WWE. He's going to be doing something to earn some fucking money. You know, he's not set for life. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't think. And that's just, you know, I wouldn't think he could fucking be. That's just speculation from a fan. Short Distance said Ortega winning that fight versus Edgar. I don't care if he's never been submitted. Short Distance, that's a bold statement. I mean, a bold prediction. Ortega's a different type of animal, apparently. This is the thing. Ortega's taking it on short notice. But Ortega's usually losing his fights until he gets the submission. So he can be losing the first and second round. If Frankie ever presents that opportunity for a submission, Ortega's taking a limb or the neck or some shit. Mimi said, liar, my ex was just like you and he cheated. I'm faithful as fuck when I'm with someone. Man, these hoes ain't loyal. And you know what I'm saying? When you're literally I'm just saying. No, that's not the case, bro. Your ex was probably a fucking great dude, had all the potential in the world, and just wasn't there yet. You know what I'm saying? Like if you were with me right now, you know, yeah, I'm in the motherfucking basement, but I got all the potential in the world. But if a nigga called you right now and said, I got $500 for you to bust it open, I can't give you that $500 today. And just, if you had that in you, you got to go get that $500. And I ain't mad at you. Get your motherfucking money. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, I'm on your ex's side. You know what I'm saying? And especially because he looks like me. That's really where this comes from. Kevin Lawler said, I meant Connor's whiskey, Diddy bread. Yeah, man, Diddy bread. You know what I'm saying? Connor's whiskey, I don't even know the name of that joint yet. I ain't seen it in a liquor store near me. I think we've all tasted some motherfucking Ciroc. Whenever Connor says he has Diddy bread, he's saying, I think that's, you know, he wants Diddy bread. He sees the potential in getting Diddy bread. He sees what Diddy did with Ciroc, and now Connor wants to do it with his shit. But it ain't there yet. He ain't got Diddy bread yet. Most businesses, when you first start them, you're losing your money. Until Connor invests into that whiskey brand, like as of right now, we don't know the name of that stuff. So we all know Ciroc. So it's different. He's got to still, you know, get his whiskey brand out there, but he could get Diddy bread in the future, but I don't think he's got it yet. Now, whenever he fought Floyd Mayweather, he had Diddy bread. But is he spending that Diddy bread? He's going to have to still make some money. That's all I'm saying. Connor's balling, and he'll fight whoever the fuck he wants, whenever the fuck he wants. But he's still got to make some cash. Whiskey, whatever stops the tears. Oh, he's talking to Mimi. No whiskey, he's getting sued, said MMA vlogger Real Talk for him. See, and not to mention lawsuits. I don't even know nothing about his lawsuits and shit. You hear about Conor asking for a 165-pound belt, said MMA prediction guru. Yes, sir, I did. I did a video on that before this. Yeah, I heard about that, though. He was asking for a 165-pound belt. That might have been for negotiations, and that was all. It's also alleged, according to Ali Abdelaziz. But I don't know what it's like. Okay, if y'all are going to strip me from my title, y'all got to let me fight for the 165-pound inaugural title. You know what I'm saying? I don't know really what he was. We didn't get all the details on him asking for that belt, but I definitely saw about it. Full-time Otto Porter on the Wizards, almost irrelevant. He makes $100 million. That's what I'm saying. That's just the fucking almost relevant niggas. You know, that's not even considering the biggest stars of the sport. Connor's the biggest star of the sport. You know what I'm saying? So if this was another sport, Conor would be set for life, like LeBron James and shit. Like the LeBron James compared to the Otto Porter. You know what I'm saying? Conor McGregor ain't making Otto Porter money right now, I don't think. So that's all I'm saying. He still got to get some cash out here. Because even Otto, you know what I'm saying? Some of them NBA players who do make $100 million a year go, or, you know, he doesn't make $100 million a year, clearly, not $100 million a year. But, you know, $100 million contract, what you're making what? You could be making $25 million a year. I'm just saying, a lot of them dudes are actually balling, and they're not even the biggest stars of the sport. Short distance, yeah, he's talking. Clayton Funky said, I don't know about Ortega. If Swanson didn't make that silly mistake of clinching with the taller, skinny guy, then that fight would have been much different, you believe. Well, the thing is, yeah, that's when he got the submission in the second round. But don't forget, at the end of the first round, Cub Swanson had a submission. Brian Ortega had a submission locked in, but the bell rang. He was kind of saved by the bell. You know, if you recall, right at the end of the first round, and he gave him a thumbs up at the end of the round, Cub Swanson, like, yeah, you almost had me. He gave him that thumbs up, came out, and then he got submitted in the second round. But that's not the only fight he's did that in, you know what I'm saying? Brian Ortega, before that, his last 3 wins or 4 wins were all submissions in the 3rd round. And if you go to UFC.com, he was like losing the striking and possibly the takedowns in each of those fights. On the fight metrics, Brian Ortega's usually losing the fight metrics, but he gets a submission in the 3rd round. Like he gets that clutch submission. Mimi M said, "So are you single?" Why? You want to fucking kiss me through the phone? No, I'm not single though, but I got a girl and shit. But no, nigga, don't you live in fucking California, bro? When you trying to do a fucking long distance relationship? Hey, I can't. I got an idea the other day though. No, for real, Mimi. We got to talk business. You know what I'm saying? You see my sponsor up there? I was thinking about getting, like a host sponsor. I'll put your back page up there. Let's say I got a fighter in California. Like, hey, I'll have Mimi get you right. You do an interview with me. Mimi will come through, boom. I'm giving you the promotion. So it's like a big triangle of, I'll be sponsored. I'll be sponsoring you. We could do something. You know what I'm saying? Like long distance pimping. No, I'm just kidding. Short distance said he didn't want to clinch. I didn't think. Maybe I need to watch again. But yes, even if you're not talking about the Cub Swanson fight, Brian Ortega, he's a motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, jiu-jitsu fucking savage down there. MMA Prediction Guru said, Ortega doesn't win rounds, Edgar doesn't get finished. See, that's the thing. That's really the only way I see Ortega winning the fight is that finish. That's for sure. Whatever Stops the Tears said, Mimi M, that's what every girl says, including my ex, who's a major Connosaurus Rex. MMA Vlogger said, WWE, he's too small, no way. Nigga, do you know who the fuck Rey Mysterio is, bro? Do you know who? And even if not, you don't see Conor McGregor knocking out the Big Show, 1 punch. I think Floyd Mayweather's got a fucking W versus the Big Show. But either way, man, this was the Daily Live Chat. I'm about out of this joint. Answer a couple of more motherfucking comments. I appreciate everybody for coming through. I'm going to try and do this every single fucking day, whether it's for an hour, whether it's for 30 minutes, whether it's for 2 hours, in the morning, in the evening. Eventually, I want to fucking have a set schedule. You know what I'm saying? Like, every day, come check out motherfucking Full-Time Radio. No, I'm just kidding. But eventually, I'm going to have a set schedule. But as of right now, I just plan on doing a little daily live chat, whatever the fuck's going on in the news. Coming up, you know what I'm saying, lucky girl. Tell her that, motherfucking, you need to tell her she's a lucky fucking girl, Mimi, because I'm telling you, I be going through it over here. Not just from her, my fucking brother, I'm telling you, that's why I'm so prepared for this. I've been getting shit on my whole fucking life, bro. You know how it is when you got an older brother and niggas just believe him, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta fucking defend yourself 3 times as hard, like, fuck that nigga. No, I'm just playing. But you need to tell her she's lucky. You need to tell this nigga he's fucking lucky for being my brother too. I'm just saying, we need to have a whole motherfucking full-time family channel for real. But with that being said though, let's fucking do this again tomorrow. I'll be back. I don't know when. Probably in the daytime. I'll do some more news tonight. And the fights are tomorrow. Maybe we do it after the fights. Maybe we do it before the fights. All I know is what we're about to do is motherfucking play a full-time MMA rap battle before we really get out of this joint. You know what I'm saying? This is like a radio show, so let's get some motherfucking music. You know what I'm saying? So full-time MMA motherfucking rap battles. Y'all know what it is. Which one y'all want to hear? We played Mike Perry yesterday. Full-time MMA. Boom, boom, boom. What are we going to play? Let's see. Oh, I know what we're going to play. Is the stream back up? I think the fucking stream is back up, but it's all good. There's only 4 people watching, so I'm just about to play this motherfucker for the replay. For those of you that are watching this on the replay, let's play this song before we get the out of this joint. Oh, I got to turn that up. Hey.
Bellator, I'm reppin' Bellator. I'm reppin' Bellator. I'm reppin' Bellator. I'm reppin' Bellator. Look, Dana White, you found a fight. You said some shit that I ain't like about Bellator. So now it's time to back it up. Now grab the mic. You slap the fighters with the Reebok deal and treat them like some fools. I ask the fighters how the people feel so people think I'm cool. Yeah, Scott, poker baby, you ain't fucking with us. I'm like a stockbroker baby and I'm running it up. Go get your pot holders, baby. I'm like the oven to touch. And you can get Conor or Tony, Dana, my Chandler, fucking him up. Whoa there, Scott. For what the fuck? Maybe when you smoke your pie, you shouldn't smoke so much. Because I know that you're high. Michael Chandler would die against Connor or Tony. Homie, so don't even try. Now should I keep it with you or should I get on your roster? Even Jimmy Smith is just a roster imposter. You got James Gadelha, he just wanna be Connor. You got Rory McDonald only cause we didn't want him. You see, Scott Coker, me and you, we are not kosher. You're not a stockbroker, boy, you're a stockholder. What the fuck were you thinking, sending that shitty diss my way? You need to think before you diss. While you're at it, take these flyways.
Hey! And while you're at it, take these flyways. Hey, I gotta run the gummo one time for this nigga dies in real life. Hold on. Holly Holm versus Chris Cyborg one time for UFC 222 sake.